Greetings, everyone. I hope all is well with you today. So, what we're about to talk about is that Whoopi Goldberg and that sweater she wore on The View just a few days ago, and she got a lot of pushback about it. She got a lot of pushback about that sweater. So today we're gonna have that conversation because I believe a lot of the pushback that she got was unnecessary. And when I say unnecessary, it was a lot of bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. It was a lot of unnecessary people making comments in regards to Whoopi wearing that sweater, and it didn't make any sense. It really didn't make any sense. So you might as well come on and join the festivities today. We're gonna have this conversation because it didn't make any sense. It did not make any sense. And to the Prince Hall brothers in your various groups, man, come on, really get a grip. Get a grip. You threatened this lady. You talked about her like she was nobody. This lady has made a contribution to the African American community, and yet you talked about her like she was nothing. We're going to have this conversation today because I will tell you this. As a brother of the craft, not a member of Prince Hall Grand Lodge, but as a brother of the craft, as a past grandmaster, someone of authority in the various jurisdictions under the Prince Hall affiliation should have said something. I'm quite sure you've seen the threats in the various chat groups. If I see, I'll check it off. I'll take it off. She shouldn't be wearing that. Blah, blah, blah. You guys make it seem like a woman can't be a Mason. You make it seem as if a woman can't be a Mason. Well, surprise, surprise. There are female Masons, and we have had this conversation many a times before. But this one right here, going after Whoopi, come on, guys. Really, you're supposed to be the example of how a Mason's supposed to carry himself, and here you are. Really? Is this what it's all about? Because let me tell you, you sound like a bunch of gang members. That's what you sound like. I'm in this Prince Hall chat group. Man, you guys are going at it like you was going to really do this woman some bodily harm. And it didn't make any sense. It didn't. So we're going to have this conversation in regards to Whoopi and her wearing the sweater that said Prince Hall on the sweater. Yeah, we're going to have the conversation because a lot of you guys are like bitches behind cameras. Oh, if I see her, I'm going to take it off. And then here's what takes the cake. Here's what takes the cake. Oh, she's wearing it because her brother was a Prince Hall Mason and she's wearing it to honor him. Then, wait a minute. That's not even the end. That's not even it. Oh, her father now is a Mason. Come on. If you don't know why she's wearing it, you shouldn't have even commented on it. Now you got caught lying. Oh, come on, guys. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. Yeah, it was sad. Until everybody's coming on. I mean, come on in. Let's have this conversation because it needs to be had. And I'm quite sure, more like, what are they pitching? And yeah, we're gonna have this conversation. She claims she just bought it. Well, Brother Brandon, if she claims she just bought it and she's ignorant to the fact, or she doesn't know, pardon me, wrong word, and she doesn't know, then she bought it. It's nothing wrong with it. She bought it, she wore it, and she caught a lot of heat from it, but it was unnecessary heat. It was unnecessary heat that this woman caught for wearing a sweater. Totally unnecessary. And now, how does that make Masons look? Really? You're threatening a woman who bought a sweater, wore the sweater, and all over internet and social media, yada, 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 yada. She's a woman. She shouldn't have wore the sweater. She should have known better, blah, blah, blah. Well, woulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It didn't happen. But to go after her the way you did, it's totally unacceptable. It shows me that a bunch of you don't have no idea about Freemasonry. You're stuck over here in the United States and you haven't gone anywhere else but here. So you keep being up under your master and him telling you or her telling you what to do, how to carry yourself, and what Masons are and are not. And you know what I mean when I say your masters, because that's what it seems like. It seems like your master's got your ass so hypnotized, you can't even get your head out your ass. Yeah, I said a few choice words that I shouldn't have said. But it just doesn't add up, people. How can you do that to one of your sisters? Oh, I know how you can do it to one of your sisters. I've seen you do it to your own brothers. It's easy because most of you sound like you was in some gang or nothing. So I don't know who you letting in or how they getting in, but that's the mentality that they have, a gang mentality. And we've had that conversation before. How can you call yourself the example? Or how can you be the example of a Freemason with a gang mentality? When we're talking about working tools and how to better yourself and become a better man, but yet you have a gang mentality. So look, yeah, we're going to have this conversation today. We're going to have this conversation today because it's a conversation that needs to be had. It should have been had. So as you get on, and if you want to call in, that number is 619-286-0642. If you want to call in today's show, we're talking about Whoopi Goldberg and the Prince Hall sweater that she wore. I will tell you this, and I know for a fact, I'll tell you what I know for a fact, not some assumption. In the Prince Hall connection group, I hadn't said anything that you've said about her until today. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Appreciate. I'm back. Had to take care of that. But yeah, so we're talking about Whoopi Goldberg, and we're talking about the sweater that she wore with Prince Hall on it. And I'm telling you, it didn't make any sense for how the brothers went after this woman. You went after her like she was some thug on the street, talking about if I see her, I'll take the sweater off of her, I'll beat her ass. I read the chat. It's in Prince Hall Connection. It's right there. If you were in that group, you can read it for yourself on how many people commented about this woman and her wearing a sweater. To me, it didn't make any sense of how you treated your own people. But I'll tell you this, the Negro mentality that you have in that organization and the grandmasters that you pick to be grandmasters that allow this to continue makes no sense. You're right, the threat wasn't necessary. And I'm quite sure you've seen the threats there, Brother Lewis. It doesn't make any sense. We're trying, for those of us on all throughout the different jurisdictions in the Masonic world, we're trying to be the example of a Mason and how he should carry himself. But there are those of you with a gang mentality, with an ignorance in regards to individuals who may not know the different jurisdictions and how you come at them. And they look like you, they talk like you, they have carried themselves well in trying to uplift the Black community as a whole. And there you are, tearing them down like they was nothing, threatening them, going back and forth. Yeah, man, if I see her. And then, like I said before, then you get caught up in the lie. Yeah, you got caught up in the lie. Her brother, honoring her brother. Her brother died in 2015, from what I gather. He's gone. 2015. Now she just want to wear a sweater. Oh, was he a Mason? He wasn't a Mason. Was her dad a Mason? Wasn't a Mason. And I'm quite sure she read and seen the threats. This is why she made the apology. You know, she's seen the threats, she made the apology. And it didn't make any sense. And I know some of you guys are like, oh, Hawks, you just need to shut up. No, I'm not going to shut up, because what it is that most grandmasters don't have the balls to come out and check you or say anything to you when you're doing these type of things. Brothers of the craft. You know, it wasn't even the sisters that came. It was the brothers. And you guys had such a thuggish mentality till it was just unreal. I was reading some of the chats and I was like, are these Black Masons talking about a sister like this? Really? Is this how they feel? Really? I was just, and I'm not going to even say I couldn't believe it. I'm not going to say that because I believed it. I seen it. I read it. I believe it. It was the idea that you will come at your own people like this. But that just shows you that you haven't grown, you haven't matured. Masonry hadn't taught or shown you anything because of your psyche. Your psyche is so jacked up, your mentality is so foul until you couldn't even see the. I'm not going to even say that word. I'm not going to even go there. But you couldn't even see it for yourself. You couldn't. Greetings, Brother Muhammad 357. There was much better Masonic remedy for this. Again, the black woman, the bitch, is her son. I'm just saying. Yeah. How now? Look, I'm quite sure, as the professor said, Whoopi is feeling some type of way now. She's feeling some type of way, and that's hurtful, man. That's hurtful for you to come at a sister that way. Oh, but this is just today, right now. I'm coming back on again in about 2 hours. I got a brother from Prince Hall that's going to be joining me later on today. And we're going to have a topic. We're going to have a subject that's going to really have you stretching your ass because it's saying this subject. I'm excited, man. I'm kind of like I'm upset at the same time that I'm seeing how the craft, those who call themselves regular Masons went after Whoopi. So join me later today. That show is going to be about in about an hour from now. It's gonna make you fetch and stretch. It's gonna make you fetch and stretch, but it just didn't make no sense. You know, for you, let's see. I'm gonna go in here and see what you said about the queen and how you came at her. Let's just go and see some of this stuff here because it didn't make no sense at all. For one thing, that's Herman Watson. Let's see. All right. Okay, so you want to delete all of Whoopi's posts in the group now. But before that, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and see before that. For one thing, first thing they said, oh, they think because they're celebrities, they can wear anything they want to. The point is that clandestine is on the BS too. They're trying to deflect from her latest lawsuit. What latest lawsuit is that? What latest lawsuit is that? Oh, go ahead, try to sue her. I'll wait. You know they need a good deflection. That's laughing out loud. That's Stanley Brooks. You know, and then you seem like you're just so angry, you know, that she wore the sweater, not knowing the significance of the sweater. It was just amazing to me how you went at her all sorts of ways. And I'm looking at the various messages within the group, the Prince Hall connection. It just didn't make any sense at all. None. None at all. It says, one here says, what is the jurisdiction that gave permission to Whoopi, all G4, with the information? We love the showboat. We should have seen the picture. Her doing charity work with the lodge. Come on, this is Whoopi. Shut your mouth, Goldberg, and all you got nothing. Damn, man, G Money. Come on. I mean, it just, you went at this woman. It just went at this woman. Oh, we should snatch her wig off. Come on, man. You know, the same control they have over Whoopi, they need to keep that same energy all the way around. We got brothers saying that she needs her ass kicked over a sweater. Now, this is all out of the Prince Hall connection. I think she knows, honestly, it wasn't just a Masonic, it was Prince Hall. We as blacks are deep with our organization. No way she didn't know. Just my opinion. I'm not going to say she didn't know because I don't know if she did or didn't. But the mere fact of them going at her in that manner, very disrespectful, very unbecoming of a Mason and how you should treat another person. It was awful. It was awful. You know, it was just awful. And for them to threaten her with bodily harm, and I'm quite sure she's seen some or read some of the text messages or posting. I'm quite sure she's seen it. You know, that's all I'm saying. I would guarantee you that she's seen the postings. So she made the apology. It just didn't make any sense. You know, how is it that you can call yourself a Mason and then this lady, she wears this jacket, this sweater on national television, and then in like manner to get all the slack, I mean, all the heat. It didn't come from a grand master of state. It didn't come from a grand matron of state. It didn't even come from the Prince Hall president of the Council of Grand Masters. It came from those who has no authority to say nothing. All of that noise that you put behind this woman, threatening this woman, it didn't make any sense, but you did that to one of your own. How did that make you feel? How did that make you look that you would do that to one of your own? Instead of a grand master or someone with some real serious authority writing the lady or getting in contact with her to let her know, you know what? We understand that you like the sweater. We appreciate that. But that sweater is meant for only the Masonic brothers in the Prince Hall jurisdiction to wear. So thank you, but no, whatever. That's how it should have been handled. But for you who have no authority, for you who have for you want to be grand masters in the Prince Hall organization, I'm going at you today because I ain't even disappointed. Because that's for some of you, that's just the way it is. Not for all. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. But for those of you who know what I'm talking about and you're in that group and you went at this woman and said what you said about her, you can wear the shoe because it didn't make any sense. You were just so hell bent on the fact that this woman wore the sweater and you went at her like that. It saddens me, you know. And you want to know why we're losing members. Now, I'm not going to say why I'm not with you, but why your jurisdiction is losing members. You want to know why. This is why. You disrespect someone like Whoopi. I don't agree with everything she says, but I'm not going to disrespect her in such a way to make her feel like that. I can't do that. I can't do that public to her, but if I was going to have words with her and something we had a disagreement with, I would actually write a letter or contact her through some type of way to let her know how I felt. I wouldn't want to bring it out in public in such a way to embarrass her. And then she issues an apology saying, okay, you know what? I'm sorry, my apologies. I seen this sweater. I liked it. I ordered it. I bought it. And, you know, for those of you who got upset, I apologize. That was totally unnecessary. Just unnecessary. That was a punch to the gut. And I'm quite sure she's seen this and wondering, my people who look like me, people who I've supported, we don't know all of the charities she's probably donated to and the families she's probably helped and the money that she's gave to different organizations, black organizations. We don't know. But we do know that she's done this. And then for you to come at her in such a vile and ratchet way, it's unbelievable. It's unbecoming a Mason. It's saddens. It's all of that. It's gut wrenching. It's, oh, man, it's whatever you want to call it. She said she brought the sweater online, and so she did. And she gets all of that from people who look like her. She gets it all. From those who have no power or authority within their own organization, she gets it all. Don't make any sense. The reason why we're losing members is because of poor leadership, lack of discipline to its members when they get out of hand. Absolutely. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just a person wearing the sweater. Oh my. With a game mentality like that? Really? I don't know. What was Shaq in all of this? And what about Isaiah Thomas and Scottie Pippen and those Freemasons within your organization who's very well off, and Lionel Richie and those guys who can get to Whoopi and let her know? I mean, come on. But it didn't go down like that. It went down on social media hard. It went down in such a way that you would really have to think, is this how we supposed to carry ourselves? That is the sad part. Oh. That's the sad part. But I guess in the long run, it'll be okay, right? It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I say that in so many different ways, because I tell you what, in a month from now, something else is going to pop off. In a month from now, something else is going to happen. Mark my word. Give me 30 days. Mark it on your calendar. 30 days from the day. Today is 1/29/2021. All right? In 30 days, I don't think next month has 30 days in it, though. But I'll tell you what. In 30 days from now, which would probably be March 1st. March 1st. Mark my word. Something else is going to go down. And you're going to bitch about that, but I don't even care. I want you to. I want you to. Lots of organizations, this and that, why they leave, go on, mainstream, counterpart of John G. Jones. Yet the big time celebrities that have her number couldn't talk to her, but we was that. But where was that at? Because it didn't bother the big time celebrities. Look, it didn't bother them that she wore it. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't even bother your grandmasters that she wore it. Because if it bothered the grandmasters, a letter would have went to her, and it would have told everyone else to stand down. You need not to even comment. Greetings, Brother Steven Jackson. How you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, get your popcorn, but I'll tell you what, and I'm not lying to you. 30 days from now, March 1st, put it on your calendar. If all goes well, and I say if all goes well, based on the situation, circumstances, you guys are going to be pissed again. You're going to be so furious. You're going to be looking for me. I said it. You're going to be looking for me. Only a few people know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to be looking for me come March 1st. You're going to be looking, where's that damn Tony Muhammad at? That motherfucker think he all, yeah, I'm saying it now. I'm just giving you heads up. Because what you did to her didn't make any sense. The way you talked about her didn't make any sense. Black woman struggling, trying to come up in life, be the best she can be. Yeah, she made some mistakes along the way. But then to get this kickback. No, she didn't. She didn't expect this, man. Come on. If she expected this, she'd have never wore the sweater. She didn't expect this. She didn't. And my heart goes out to Whoopi. Let me say this right now. My heart goes out to Whoopi. It does. Because I can imagine how she views Freemasons right now, Black Masons. I can sense how she's looking at that. The threats that she's gotten and the bodily harm, and I'm gonna do. I can see it. You know, I can see her saying, "See, that's why I don't do X, Y, and Z." I can see her saying those things because this is upsetting. This is hurtful. You know, man, it's awful. She issued an apology and everything, and they still was going at her even after she issued the apology. But the craziest thing is the lies that took place during the process, the lying that took place is what was so amazing. The mere fact that some brothers out of the Prince Hall organization would say she's wearing it because of her brother. LaTroy Irvin. Where you at, LaTroy? Didn't you not say, LaTroy? The reason she was wearing that is because her brother was a Freemason and she was honoring him. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to go back and look at the text message. And it was supposed to be meant as a joke, but you didn't say that at first. You took that and ran with it. Yeah, you did, LaTroy. And I called you out on it. You said it. It was her brother. It was her brother, and we want to honor him. And the text is the message I got, it was meant as a joke at first. But you didn't say that. You took it, you ran with it, and it gathered life. And then everybody else started saying it. You didn't deny it. You didn't come back and say, well, no, that's not true. I'm sorry. It was just a joke. I was just making. You didn't come back and deny it, LaTroy. You kept that up. And then they flipped that. And then they said her daddy was a Mason. But nobody came out really at the time to say, calm down. Nobody within the Prince Hall family came out and said, look, brothers of the craft, please calm down. Please calm down. This is unnecessary. No one. If you did, I didn't see the text, and I may owe you an apology. But from what I gathered, from what I read, none of them came out. My wife, he says, my wife wears the Masonic slippers when she travels, and that has light on it. So I don't see the reason for folks to be up in arms. I don't either. Maybe, I don't know. No, I wouldn't have been upset. No. One brother said, the reason you ain't upset is because you ain't regular and you don't know what it's like. Oh, I got a headache. Really? You don't know what it's like? Oh my God. Yeah, she could sue them for threats, for bodily threats. Yes, she can sue. Because the threats are out there. And I have them held on my phone. They're out there. And they have names with them. It won't be funny then, huh? I'm just saying, people. Aren't we better than that? Aren't we? Collectively, aren't we better than that? For those of us who profess to be Masons and Eastern Stars, for those of us who love the craft, aren't we not better than that? We all thought that was the truth. I just don't know. I just don't know what to think. It was by mistake by Terrell. Just my opinion. Remembering picking Masonic attire is one thing, but Prince Hall specifically is another. The threats was not needed. The threats were not needed. Not at all. There was a similar situation with Kappa fraternity and a famous rapper. They threatened him as well. They did, but here's the kick with that. They did threaten him, but he threatened to sue too. And they backed off. You know why? Because Kappa was playing. Kappa had used his music in during their time of stepping or the stroll that they do. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'll tell you what. You use my music, doing your Greek shows to step. So go ahead, show me." You know what they end up doing with that situation? He ended up keeping the Kappa. They end up, hey, you can keep that. Anytime you want to come hang out with us, you can. That's what happened with that. I remember that when the rapper wore the Kappa shirt and everything, and people thought that he was a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, and they wanted to sue, and they soon backed off when he said, "If you sue me, I'm coming at you because you use my music. You're not using it in a club. You're using it for your Greek shows, unauthorized." Mm. He said he should be honored as a member for the cause. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Boozy. Oh yeah. So look at that. That Boozy got him up. You ain't heard nothing else about that. Have any of you heard anything else about Lil Boozy in the Capitol issue? No, you ain't heard nothing about it. Got him. That's right. And the same thing goes here. If not Oprah, but if Whoopi says, "You know what? I'm good. Let me see the list of those who threatened me. I'm suing. I'm suing Prince Hall affiliation because of their membership or their members threatened my life." Now what you gonna do? Brothers, we're better than that. We have to be better than that. Oh, we just got to be better than that. I mean, don't your wife drive your car with the Masonic emblem on it? Doesn't she? The brother just said his wife wears the slippers around the house or maybe even out when they go or traveling, and they got Masonic on that. I tell you what, if my wife wears my Masonic jacket and I'm with her or without her and she wears it and a brother come up to her and approach her the wrong way, we gonna have issues. Plain and simple. We are going to have issues. That's how you lose your life. That's how you lose it. Plain and simple. My wife, when she drives the car, has a Masonic emblem and an Eastern Star emblem on her car. Period. When she drives my car, it has a Masonic emblem on there. I wish one would. Oh, you can't be having that on that car. You got to take what? No. Brother Lewis, the number tonight, I appreciate you putting the number in there, but the number tonight is going to be 619-286-0642. That's the number if you want to call in. I'm only going to be on a little while longer, but if you want to call in and talk about this real quick, you're certainly welcome to do so. That's the number that's posted. I appreciate it, Brother Lewis, for posting that number, but this is the correct number. This is the correct number right here. Greetings.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you holding up, bro?
I'm doing good at the job. But yeah, I was reading that comment what they said about Whoopi. It really makes me ashamed, as a Prince Mason, that certain brothers, act that way and threatening that woman. They shouldn't do that because we're supposed to hold a high standard at all times. You don't disrespect a woman. Just because she wore, the Masonic sweater, they could have sent her a letter saying, hey, you're not supposed to wear that sweater, and that's that. struggle within the fraternity. You know, they get all bent out of shape and want to be Masonic police. Nobody is not the goddamn Masonic police. Nobody owns the masonry. That's why white folks look at us, and we don't know how to act right. We act the fool. They laugh at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't respect us, because we can't control ourselves.
You said because we can.
A lot of press on masons leave
Mm-hmm.
and go over to John G. Jones or the international or the mainstream counterpart.
Mm.
Because when they try this bullshit, they don't know how to present themselves or act like masons or Eastern stars. Just like that sister on the internet saying that she was ashamed of Whoopi Goldberg saying that her husband is a mason and that she's disrespecting organization, and that's just act of the damn fool.
Mm. Yeah, it just bruh, hearing what you say and the mere fact that this is taking place really should give you or anyone a different thought, just a different look at Freemasonry, as far as saying, this is what it's all about. Do all Masons have a thug mentality like these individuals who was threatening her? Or it really should make you think as an individual who's a Mason. It really should. As a Mason, go ahead.
Not everybody or every sister acts like that, but it's just like that. I'm saying, you have the bad Masons and you have the bad Eastern Stars that makes the organization look bad. It's not the fraternity or the order. It's the people that just come on in. They let anybody come on in and just say stuff, do what they want to do.
But see, here's the thing.
Don't do that, because back in the old days, that shit would have happened. You would have got your ass kicked.
Exactly. But here's the thing. For those who made the threats, they should be checked. For those who made the threats, they should be checked. They should have been checked on point, not waited to be checked.
They should have been recommended. The working master or the working nation should have been their ass. That's all. Period. They should have told them, hey, you're making our organization look bad. They should have got suspended.
They should have.
Whatever. You don't do that because you represent your grandmaster. You represent your grandmaster, and when you do that, you make the name look bad. Because Prince Hall fought for what he believed in and fought to make his organization look real great. After 200 something, 30, 34, 35 years, if he would still be living, he would turn over his grave like just be shaking his head. This what he made, and then now it's like a thug or a gang organization,
Well, here's the thing.
Paid the price for after all these centuries. And his organization, turned out like this.
But here's the thing. Like this brother said, Row Killers 357 said the action of a few doesn't speak for the action of all Masonic brothers. You're absolutely right. But the actions of a few causes people to look at the actions of the brothers, especially when you know that they wasn't reprimanded for the disrespect. When you know that they wasn't reprimanded, when you know that the authority that be in the various jurisdictions or the grand masters or whomever may have the authority to reprimand the brothers and worshipful masters, when you know that did not take place, and she comes out with an apology based upon those threats, then something has to be done. That's just like we said, well, not all police officers are bad. When you see people getting shot, when you see people getting body slammed, but all police officers aren't bad. But the actions of the few shows you, is this what you all about? Is this it?
But see, they're gonna think that all of us are the same way.
Absolutely. But here's the thing right here that I like to show. And why are we so quick to always, I'm gonna point this out. We're quick to apologize. When I say we, I'm talking about when somebody does us harm, beat our ass, kill our people, our families, our mothers, our fathers are quick to go apologize. Well, we want to apologize. We really don't want the violence. Number one, everything this country has ever gotten is gotten by violence. Everything. You name me one thing this country has achieved and hasn't been by violence. Period. Next.
Exactly.
Next, dealing with black people. Period. Everybody knows that we're hard on each other, and that's a psychological thing. That's damage that has been done to us from way back when, and we pass it on.
The reason why we treat each other like that is because we colonize, due to the Willie Lynch syndrome. The way Willie Lynch, did this experiment on all the slaves, he brainwashed them to go against one another. And it says in this documentary, if you use this experiment, this will last for 900 years to 1,000 years, depending on how you keep on using it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, on your own business, like different nationalities, man, Mexicans, Italians, Puerto Ricans, they work together.
Mm-hmm.
They take care of their communities, just like the whites.
Well, you know what? I can't throw us all. Wait a minute.
We the only ones.
No, I'm going to disagree with you. I can't put us all in the same box. I can't do us like that because of those individuals that I know, that I've come in contact with, those Black Masons I know across the spectrum. From Martyr and Free to PHA to PHO to John, from all across the spectrum.
I mean, some, not all.
So we can't say.
Let me clarify that.
So we can't say we all do it. I understand what Brother Brendan was saying. I get that. And I understand that. It's just that we're harder on our own than we are anybody else. We'll test each other before we test anybody else. We'll kick our neighbor, people who look like us. We'll kick them before we kick anybody else. We'll shoot them before we shoot anybody else. And I know and I understand the reason why. Because when you have a people that has been so burdened down and who have been so looked at like they're nothing, they treat each other like they're nothing. It is just what it is. It's just a psychological warfare thing going on. But until you rise above that, you will always be in the grips of that fight. And I hear what you're saying, but I just can't put us all there. I can't do it and I won't do it. It's just me.
Well, I mean, not saying all of us, I mean some of us.
Okay. Okay. And I can definitely agree with that.
Psychological warfare, we still are gonna, act the same. We're not gonna be, not gonna be able to help each other.
Thanks, Brother Brown. I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much.
We'll lift each other up.
Well, what I will hope, and I'm gonna get ready to end. I'll be back on in probably another hour. I got another show to do, and that show is going to be really pissing a lot of people off too. Trust me, that show is right there. I got a brother from Prince Hall that will be coming on with me tonight, and we're going to be talking about some things that face Black Masonry, and that is what I like about this show that we do. We don't mind about talking about various subjects beyond the spectrums of just Freemason, but the social issues that face us as a community, in being a Mason in the community and seeing these things. We have to do better. We can't continue to attack our own people and then think everything is going to be all right. We can't continue to do that.
That's true. We have to start doing better. If we don't do better, then, it's just going to go down by the wayside.
Wait a minute. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. I think I Am has been put on timeout. Oh my goodness. This is a perfect example of group thought. Some brothers saw brothers, they looked up and jumped on this woman. So follow along. Pack mentality is dangerous. Absolutely. Pack mentality is dangerous. Oh my God, that's a good show right there, bro. Brother Psalms, Onyx Psalms. That's a good show. The pack mentality. I may have to use that one day. But look, I'm gonna have to go because I'll be back in about 30 minutes with a new show tonight, and I hope everybody join me in about 4 o'clock on the West Coast and about 7 o'clock on the East Coast time. Hey, bro, I appreciate you calling in and thank you for your words of encouragement and your dialogue. I really appreciate it.
No problem. This a regular cell number?
This number here is the show number. You should have my number.
No, my phone got bro, but you have my same number. Just text.
Okay, I'll do that. So definitely, this is the show number. So I'll be coming back on in about 30 minutes. I'll be dressed a little different because tonight's show is going to be off the chain. So I look forward to seeing you in about 30 minutes. Please come back and join us for tonight's show at about 7 o'clock on the East Coast time, 4 on the West Coast time. God bless. Whatever you do, keep your light on and stay out the bushes. The higher you climb, the clearer the vision. I'm out. Thanks, bro.
All right.
Peace.
No problem.
So everybody be blessed until I see you back in about 30 minutes. Thank you. We out.